Look, do you want to know the truth? The vast majority of America's never heard of Jim Acosta or Helter Skelter, Brian Stelter, or any of these other people. They don't know who they are. But when they watch them, they don't like them. There's a great disrespect for the media today. They have a credibility problem thanks to them. They've turned off half of America. They treat half of America with utter contempt. They bring on their news shows. You know, the days of Huntley Brinkley and Howard K. Smith are long over. Can you imagine? What have we heard over the last 2 years? They bring in a porn actress hundreds of times. Her now soon-to-be felonious lawyer hundreds of times. They bring on a neo-Nazi, Jake Tapper did, to try and attack the president. They had to fire an anti-Semitic professor over there at CNN, doing better than the New York Times, who still has their anti-Semitic senior editor. Race-baiting professors endlessly, ex-Obama officials with their vicious allegations against the president, never Trumpers who nobody's ever heard of before with their vicious allegations against the president. And what do we hear day in and day out from our unpatriotic media? That the president's Hitler. Do they know who Hitler is? That the president's Stalin, that he's Mussolini, that he's a white supremacist, that he's a racist, a bigot, an anti-Semite, a dictator. I just wrote these down when I hear them. A neo-Nazi, he's depraved, he's treasonous, he's demented, mentally ill, serial liar, compromised. I mean, to me that all sounds like Joe Scarborough, but what do I know? Now, what else do they push? Russia collusion, lie, the dossier, lie, impeachment, bizarre, obstruction, lie. So of course the public's turning on the press, and the president has every right to defend himself. Now, I brought a few books that I'm sure journalists don't have the capacity to read. Although they like this one, The Dangerous Case of Donald Trump by Dr. Bandy Lee. Who the hell is Dr. Bandy Lee? I don't know. But they found her at Yale. And what did she decide? Having never met the president, talked to the president, or anything else, she and 27 of her colleagues decided the president is mentally ill and shouldn't be president. Well, guess what? They pulled that same one in 1964 against Barry Goldwater. And the American Psychiatric Association told them to cut it out. But they don't cut it out. That's our media today. See this book? It's called Propaganda. Big book during the Woodrow Wilson administration, then FDR. You know who likes this book? Our media like this book. Things aren't as they seem, just position them and then project on top of them. Another book, The Image. This gentleman was former director of the Library of Congress. You know what he wrote? That the media creates pseudo-events. The president is so right. He calls it fake news. They create fake news, pseudo-events, and then they report on them and repeat them. Oh, I've got more. Here's 3 books. Spirit of Community. Never heard of it. Public Journalism. Never heard of it. What are journalists for? Jay Rosen. You know what these books are? These books are taught to young journalism students. And you know what they teach them? It's not enough to pursue objective truth. Social activism, progressivism, that's how you need to wrap your news. This has been going on for 20, 25 years in your universities, ladies and gentlemen. Then I have a special one for the New York Times with its anti-Semitic problem. See this book? It's called Buried by the Times. Buried by the Times. See this book? The Abandonment of the Jews. See this one? I read all these books. See this one? Beyond Belief. These are 3 professors, tremendous scholars. Look at this. You know what they wrote? Page and verse, that the New York Times, during the Third Reich, during the Holocaust, did everything it could to censor and cover up the extermination of the Jews in Europe. Now, how are you supposed to believe a business that tried to cover up the Holocaust? Now they have anti-Semitic cartoons. Ooh, we made a mistake. Now they have an anti-Semitic senior editor over their political coverage. Oh, well, the Trump people are attacking him. One final thing. This president has been nice to the media. Hello, nice to the media. Unlike John Adams and Abraham Lincoln and Woodrow Wilson, he didn't shut down any newspapers. He didn't imprison any journalists. Unlike FDR and JFK and LBJ, Trump hasn't unleashed the IRS against a single news publisher. They did. Unlike Barack Obama, the great Barack Obama, Trump hasn't surveilled New York Times columnists or Fox reporters or 20 Associated Press reporters, and yet they hate him. Why do they hate him? Because he's pro-American and they're anti-American. That's the only explanation. That's it.
Did you have to pay 50 cents?